Send money to Gambia for free! You can now send money via MoneyGram to AfriMoney in Gambia anytime, anywhere. Simply go on to MoneyGram.com or the app and select Pay through AfriMoney to send. Make sure the receiver is registered on AfriMoney in Gambia or get them to dial *777# to register. Instantly, the money comes into their AfriMoney wallet. No hassle, no wait times, complete ease. Cash out at any AfriMoney agent or AfriCell outlets. Free cash out, no sending fees.
Running low on credit? Worry no more. With Lebanma, you can borrow up to $300 instantly with just 10% charge fee.
That's right, up to $300 to keep you calling, texting, buy data, and subscribing to other AfriCell services.
To activate Lebanma service, simply dial *232# and select the amount to borrow between $5 and $300 with 10% charge included.
But remember, to be eligible, your line must be active for at least 3 months.
This service is available upon subscription. You are in control of what you borrow. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome to Star TV Newsroom, broadcasting from our studios in Carnifin along the Battle Hiding Highway. I am Maimunaju Fadera, and many thanks indeed for joining us. First, the headlines tonight: GRA honors top taxpayers at Grand Award ceremony. Devastating fire engulfs electrical shop in Sarakunda, millions in losses. Gambia Police Force boosts operational capacity with EU German support. Sueso President addressed allegations amid community divide. On the international news, atrocities and starvation grip Darfur as Sudan's war enters third year. Spain pledged to relocate unaccompanied migrant children to ease Canary Island crisis. Well, those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The Gambia Revenue Authority over the weekend hosted its 7th annual award night, a prestigious event held at the Coco Ozone Hotel that brought together key figures including cabinet ministers, senior GRA staffs, and prominent business leaders. The evening celebrated the significant contribution of taxpayers and highlighted the GRA's achievements in revenue collection. Details in this report by Modo Albaji.
The Gambia Revenue Authority had been taxed with a target of 19.2 billion for 2024, a substantial increase from the 15.79 billion target set in 2023. But as at the 30th December 2024, the revenue giant collected over 20.83 billion, surpassing the target by 8%. President Adama Barrow graced the occasion, underscoring the government's commitment to enhancing revenue generation through effective policies. He lauded the relentless efforts of GRA Commissioner General Yakuba Dabo in reforming and digitalizing the nation's tax systems. Addressing the attendees, President Barrow commended the taxpayers for their unwavering commitment to fulfilling their tax obligations. He reassured the business community of the government's dedication to creating a supportive environment for businesses to flourish. He emphasized the critical need for domestic revenue mobilization, particularly given the current global economic climate.
In these trying times, marked by donor fatigue and reduction in overseas development assistance from our partners, the focus on DRM has become ever more critical. We cannot rely solely on loans and grants to develop our country. Rather, we must build the requisite capacity to finance our development agenda. With this realization, my government has successfully initiated and implemented various policies and strategies to bolster revenue generation. I am pleased to report that our efforts are yielding significant results. Since the inception of my administration, our tax revenue has grown remarkably from 7.9 billion in 2017 fiscal year to 20.83 billion in 2024.
GRA Commissioner General Yankuba Dabo emphasized the significance of annual Taxpayers Award ceremony, describing it as a vital platform to recognize, appreciate, and celebrate the exceptional efforts of individuals and businesses, both large and small, who have demonstrated outstanding compliance and contributed significantly to the nation's revenue collection, adding that these contributions are the lifeblood of our economy, enabling the government to provide essential services, build infrastructure, and create opportunities for all Gambians.
Domestic resources mobilization is no longer a choice. It is an imperative for financing development, reducing inequality, and securing the future of our nation. In today's evolving economics landscape, developing economics must strengthen their revenue generation framework to ensure sustainable development and physical resilience. Recognizing this fact, the government of His Excellency, the President Adama Barrow, has shifted the nation's focus for reliance on external aid to reliance on domestic resources mobilization. This shift in policy has resulted in the various reforms initiatives being implemented by the Gambia Revenue Authority, and this yield handsome dividend in terms of revenue generation.
A key highlight of the event was the recognition of top taxpayers. Africell Gambia was awarded the esteemed title of the largest taxpayer of the year 2024. This marks the telecommunication giant's successful defense of the same accolade it received the previous years, highlighting its significant contribution of over $1 billion annually to the Gambian economy. The glamorous event was further enhanced by the captivating musical performance of the King of Kora, Jaliba Kuyate, whose enchanting melodies and stage presence added a vibrant and celebratory atmosphere to the night. The 7th Gambia Revenue Authority Awards night served as a testament to the importance of tax compliance in national development and celebrated GRA's success in exceeding its revenue targets, paving the way for continued progress and investment in the Gambia. For Star TV, I am Modu El Baji.
A raging fire swept through Keba and Shun's electrical shop in Serekunda's Senegambia garage on Friday night, reducing valuable goods and cash to ashes. The inferno, which erupted around 9 p.m., left over Keba Khan and his employees devastated as they watched years of hard work go up in flames. More in this report by Maria Tuture.
Keba, a businessman who has long been a pillar of support for his workers, was informed of the fire by one of his employees. The cause of the blaze remains unknown, but the losses are staggering, amounting to millions of dollars. Fortunately, no lives were lost. However, Keba expressed deep frustration over the delayed response from emergency services. According to him, Serekunda Fire Service arrived at the scene but had insufficient water to extinguish the fire. While another vehicle later arrived with water, the response was slow, leaving the flames to wreak havoc on his business.
I'm not a boy, but I to the alley today, Mukol, Mama, Keba, Nual. Menoko look how Munama to begin Muyana. Manokalaka Munama, Munava, Munava Chabi, Butai. Manawa Chabi, Munawa, Manako Dajile Butai, Balamayo, Munawa.
When I came, I met the Serekunda Fire Service, but their water was not enough to off the fire. Another fire vehicle arrived with water to turn the fire off. Yet still, a third one had to come with gas.
ndekete bala maa ak sa gars yi xool nañ leen man nag dama ñëw rek dem direct seen office bi fële léegi boo fa demee ma ne leen dañ am emergency Dibakunda léegi dañ ñu doon foofu moto léegi ñu ne am na moto bu dem ma ne leen benn moto moo dem ndax ñaata ma ndax mu ne woon benn moto ma ne leen benn moto mënut a.
Reflecting on the destruction, Keba lamented losing more than $5 million, but remained ungrateful that no one was injured. He called upon the public to support his efforts to rebuild.
Wow, mo fi jaka dal xam naa ne dina ko ba ay $7 million si daal. Wow, na agus na ma mënoon na waaye.
The money I lost is $6 or $7 million, but I thank God that nobody died. The fire service took too long. They sat around instead of acting fast. If anyone is willing to help, they can come to my shop.
Kon safara bi bala mu don fay yeb ñaata hours la am bala mu don fay yeb completely
from 8 ci ngoon
8 ci ngoon demba
8 ci ngoon demba ba 7 ci suba
ba 7 ci suba
la safara bi soga fay safara bi ñun ñoko mujjé fay sax ñun ñoo doon di dem root ci bool bi di ici di sorti safara bi di fay service ñoom dem nañ waaw fay service ñoom dem nañ mo fay de fay service pour ñu tay ñu jël mooy pour ñu olé ñu def té liggé waye mujjé bi sax fa la leen tok mais ni ko xamné deful liggé.
The long, exhausted night took a toll not only on Keba, but also on those who rushed to assist. His employees, eyewitnesses, and family members described their anguish as they struggled to contain the fire.
I am very worried about what happened, but only God knows why. We are exhausted. He lost so much. If people can help him, they should.
The fire destroyed so much. It's heartbreaking, but I trust that God knows the best.
Despite their immense losses, Keba and his family remain resilient, appealing to the community for support. As the dust settles, the hope is that neighbors and well-wishers will step forward to help rebuild the livelihoods affected by this disaster. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Mariette Toure.
The Gambia Police Force has significantly enhanced the operational capabilities of its facility management unit with the generous support of a joint European Union and German initiative. On Monday, the FMU received a newly refurbished office and a brand new pickup vehicle, making a crucial step towards improving the maintenance of police infrastructure across the region. Well, Maimuna Jaju has the rest of the story.
The support provided under the Police Program Africa directly addresses the functionality and working conditions of the FMU, the unit responsible for maintaining all police infrastructure. The newly refurbished office boasts an updated design, improved lighting, and a more organized layout, all geared towards boosting the productivity and efficiency of the offices. The addition of a brand new pickup vehicle will significantly enhance the FMU's availability to respond swiftly to maintenance needs across the region and support their day-to-day activities. This vital asset will enable the unit to be more mobile and effective in ensuring the upkeep of police facilities. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Assistant Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Maba expressed his profound gratitude for the timely support. Representing the Inspector General of Police, AIG Bah acknowledged the continuous technical and logistical assistance provided to the police under the Police Program Africa.
The Gambia Police Force continues to experience transformative reforms, and today's handover is a clear testimony of that progress. We extend our sincere appreciation to the GIZ police component of police program, the European Union joint funded initiative, and the German police support team, who have been partners with the GIZ, for their continued partnership and support to the Gambia Police Force. The renovation of this office, executed with the technical guidance of GIZ and the dedication of our unit personnel, that's the engineering unit, demonstrate.
Mr. Rafael Bringardi, the EU Deputy Ambassador, highlighted the significance of this support as an important step in their shared commitment in improving the sustainability and functionality of the police infrastructure in the Gambia.
Comes within the framework, as we said, the joint EU-German support to the Gambia Police Force project, which is indeed a partnership, as was highlighted, that enters in its second phase with the 5 new model police stations that will be built up country. So one of the core objectives of this program is indeed to ensure that the model police stations do not only serve as examples in terms of their infrastructure and service delivery, but, as was highlighted by the regional director, that they remain functional, clean, operational for the years to come. For the decades to come, actually. So the facility management unit, with its teams of skilled technicians, as you mentioned, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, etc., is indeed central to this effort.
Ms. Ebling, the regional director of the German Development Agency, GIZ, reassured the GPF of their continued support to the facility management unit. She affirmed GIZ's commitment to constructing durable buildings that will serve the police force for the long time.
Our team is about to begin building 5 additional model police stations in Brikama, Soma, Farakeni, Bas, and Makame Sire. When designing and implementing construction projects, GIZ is observing a few principles. One essential principle is to construct buildings that will last not only for 3 to 5 years, but for the next 30 to 50 years, before major renovations become necessary. Proper care and maintenance of newly constructed edifices are essential to ensure that buildings last long.
The handover ceremony concluded with an official tour of the newly refurbished office and the symbolic handover of the keys to the new pick-up vehicle. This investment in the Police Facilities Management Unit underscores a broader collective effort to modernize and improve the Gambia Police Force, untimely contributing to enhance service delivery and security for the nation. For Star TV News, this is Maimuna Jaju.
In an exclusive interview with Star TV sports reporter Maikor, Musandao, president of the Serekunda West Sports Organization, confronted allegations of financial misconduct involving a $72,000 transaction. The funds, rumored to have been used for personal vehicle equipment, sparked controversy within the community, prompting Ndao to clarify the situation during a candid discussion at his Kanifing Municipal Council office. More in this report.
Ndao firmly denied the accusation, emphasizing that all financial dealings were conducted transparently. He reiterated Sueso's commitment to enhancing local sports facility and supporting youth initiative, dismissing the allegations as baseless.
Yeah, it was so shocking when I saw the information on one of the pages, because this team reps, not the stakeholders, the team reps had a meeting yesterday at the football field. So after their meeting, they sent in their, minutes. And on the minutes, I saw that they claimed that I took $72,000 of Sueso's money to buy a machine for my car. Now, to shed light on that, $72,000 was not Sueso's money. That has to be clarified. If you can remember, in 2022, December, when the foundation stone was being laid, that is the AfriCell project, KMC at our end here, we had a logistic team, you understand? All that was needed, KMC gave the money. So the guy who...
The controversy has divided stakeholders, with some demanding a comprehensive audit to ensure accountability and restore public trust. As scrutiny intensifies, Serekunda West Sports Organization face a pivotal moment that could shape its future and the integrity of its leadership. Mr. Ndao explained that the funds were allocated as transport refunds for team representative and executive members attending the meeting, with the remaining balance accounted for.
And then the balance was $34,000. $34,000. It has to be clear for everybody to know. That $34,000 was supposed to be brought back. I put it in my boot. That was my Infinity car. It was put in the boot. So when we came here, the guy who gave me the money asked me to return back the money so that he can, give it back to council, because not all the money was spent. So I told Makalu, the treasurer, whether he can talk to the mayor, because we were having difficulties. If you can remember 2022, during the zonals, we had two zonals, the pre-zonals that was organized by KM Sports, and then the zonal proper. So we spent a lot of money. A lot of money was spent. You understand? We were bankrupt, not having money. That's where we spent that $34,000.
Ndao also revealed that he will not seek re-election, signaling a potential shift in the organization's leadership. He concluded in the interview with a call for unity, urging the community to prioritize sports as a tool for development rather than succumbing to sensationalism.
To brace up, because at the end of this year, when we are going towards Congress, I'm not going to vie for any position. I'm stepping down. So let them select within themselves whom they feel can lead. I know most of them have the potential to lead, and I know when they lead, they will do better than I did. You understand? Even from the stakeholders. Even if somebody is selected from the stakeholders, the person will do better than I did. That's the concept I have.
As the investigations unfolds, the community remains watchful, underscoring the critical importance of transparency and ethical governance in local sports organizations. SWESO continues to push forward with its mission to promote sports and youth engagement, navigating challenges with resilience and determination. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Baikor.
Well, we'll now take a short commercial break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with more news.
Premium Basalt, now back in stock. In an effort to support the rapid infrastructural development of the Gambia, GATCH is proud to announce that our premium quality basalt is now available at our depot in Saro, near Denton Bridge. Our basalt has been rigorously tested by both national and private laboratories in the Gambia and Cape Verde, ensuring top-tier quality for road constructions, concrete, and buildings. Sourced directly from our partner's own quarry in Cape Verde, we guarantee a steady and timely supply thanks to the short shipping distance. We have 03, 38, and 816 basalt in stock to meet all your project needs. Every order is weighed, so you receive exactly what you paid for. No guesswork, just precision. Visit us, GATCH Depot Saro near Denton Bridge, or call us at 457-4048 or 533-2009.
Welcome back after that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is Star TV News. We now look at the news beyond our borders. Sudan's two-year war, a power struggle between the army and the paramilitary RSF, has triggered the world's largest humanitarian crisis, displacing 13 million people in Darfur, and RSF sees has blocked aid for over a year, starving hundreds of thousands as villages face systematic burning and looting atrocities, including mass killings, sexual violence, and ethnic attacks, likely amount of crimes against humanity. Although the RSF denies targeting civilians, survivors recount harrowing escapes without any aid, while markets and infrastructures are deliberately destroyed to weaponize hunger. The Besides regional capital endured compound threats of starvation and violence. Despite international warnings, abuse persists unchecked, leaving displaced populations in perpetual peril. With no resolution in sight, the conflict catastrophic human toll dispatches. Al Jazeera's Hanad Salhut reports.
It's a conflict that's been described by international organizations as the world's largest humanitarian crisis, displacing more than 13 million people. In Sudan's western Darfur region, the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces have imposed a siege that's been ongoing for nearly a year, blockading aid and critical supplies, leaving hundreds of thousands on the brink of starvation.
We're tired and frustrated. We haven't received a single thing. As far as how we got here, it was after great hardship and exhaustion. It took us 2 full days to reach this place after being displaced.
Their story, unfortunately, is not unique. 2 years of war in Sudan has been waged at a catastrophic human cost across the country. In late 2023, the RSF began its takeover of the Darfur region, capturing 4 out of the 5 states there, with the exception of the north. And in April of last year, the siege on North Darfur's capital, Al-Fashir, began. The United Nations says the RSF has committed serious abuses during the course of the fighting, including mass killing, forcefully expelling populations, kidnapping, and rape. These abuses, according to the UN, likely amount to crimes against humanity.
64 villages were burnt down. Property and livestock were looted by the Rapid Support Forces. In addition, marketplaces, shops, goods and food supplies were deliberately set on fire by the RSF in order to starve people in the area.
The people of northern Darfur continue to live in fear, facing starvation, military advances, and ethnic killings as the war rages on. Hamda Salhout, Al Jazeera.
Well, Dr. Ara Babika was forced to flee her home in Sudan with her mother and sisters, and she told Al Jazeera what it's like to be displaced multiple times.
I've been displaced around 5 times ever since the war started. A couple of those were inside Sudan and then others when I left Sudan. And the experience is definitely very surreal, very sad, and very, very devastating, to be honest. Having to basically follow the news every day and seeing that with every attempt for this war to end, with every attempt for the warring parties to come together and talk, it ends up with a disappointing end, which means that, we're not going to be getting to go back home anytime soon. So it's a daily struggle. It's something that we think about every moment. And personally, I think my personal story, my family, I have some family that's still left in Khartoum. I have an uncle that was detained by RSF that we don't know anything about. So it's something that's looming on top of us every day. We're in a different country. We're not really residents in any country. And we don't really feel home unless we're in Sudan. So it's really, really hard to continue every day without having that hope. It fluctuates, it goes ups and downs depending on the day. But generally, there's big hope for us to come back.
Dr. Arwa Babika is a medical doctor and co-founder of DataQ, an organization supporting locally led humanitarian response in Sudan. She was forced to flee her home in Sudan with her mother and sisters. She told Al Jazeera what it's like to be displaced multiple times.
For the tens of thousands of undocumented migrants on the Canary Islands, it's often local volunteers who provide the basics needed to navigate life here. There is a large network of reception centres, but they're overcrowded and the local authorities are struggling to cope. But now, after intense political wrangling in Madrid, a deal has been reached to send the youngest migrants to locations across the mainland.
Hot potato now, it's a topic that it's on the table, and different political parties are using it to throw it to each other. Which is terrible, considering that we're talking about human beings and we're talking about minors.
The Canaries has capacity for just 900 children and youth migrants, but currently hosts more than 6,000.
I was already thinking that if I couldn't make it, I'm not going to be remembered. I'm going to die in the sea.
Ansu and Mamadou were 14 years old when they made their journeys across the Atlantic, both landing on islands ill-prepared for record-breaking numbers of migrant arrivals.
The living condition was bad because they put us in a tent And the tent living situation, sometimes when it rains and it's cold, you cannot, it's really, really difficult to sleep at night. The food was bad, the quality of the food were not good.
From one center, I was sent to another. Then after a month, they moved me again to another island. I was living there making friends. Then after 8 months, I was moved again to Tenerife.
The local government says it'll take a year to transfer all the young migrants to the mainland.
The Canary Islands are clearly suffering a reception crisis. We no longer have the capacity to accommodate more minors within our network. I believe this issue has been used by the two major political parties to attack each other, forgetting the most important thing, the boys and the girls who come looking for a better life and above all, to help their families.
Irregular migrant arrivals here are actually down so far this year by almost 30% compared to last year. That's attributed to increased European-funded patrolling along the West African coast. From next month, Spain's socialist-led minority government will start giving out work permits to some 900,000 undocumented migrants living in the country, even as other European countries get tough on immigration. Those who qualify, though, must have been here at least 2 years. So that for now rules out the most recent arrivals to the Canary Islands. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera, Tenerife.
Well, that story brings us to the end of this edition of Star TV News. But before we go, a recap of our headlines. DRA honors top taxpayers at Grand Award ceremony. Devastating fire engulfs electrical shop in Serekunda, millions in losses. Gambia Police Force boosts operational capacity with EU-German support. Suez President addressed allegations amid community divine. On the international news, atrocities and starvation grip Darfur as Sudan's war enters third year. Spain pledged to relocate unaccompanied migrant children to ease Canary Island crisis. Well, that's all for this edition of the news. Do enjoy the rest of our wonderful programs. Once again, thanks for your very company. Well, I am Memunaju Fodera. Thanks for watching. Do have a wonderful night. It's bye for now.